All right, what I'm doing here is doing a nice 52 blocks drill. I'm slowing it down for everybody to see. So this video we're going to practice on in this video we're going to work on a good 52 blocks drill for you to do to get you through any situation. So first and foremost, you have to go back and watch all of my videos. 52 blocks basic training level 1, 52 thoughts on street fighting. Watch all the videos because I progress you little by little. The stance, the footwork, the head movement. Every question that I don't answer in this video, you got to go back to my videos. You got to watch it. So let's get to it. And let's get with this fun 52 blocks drill. All right. So the way we're going to start is our hands are going to be down and we're going to come up. And remember, watch my videos, watch my shorts. It's called the X guard. So we're going to come up and you can see the X. So my hands are down and you're going to come up and you're going to be in your guard. So it's just this. Go back and watch my videos. That's all we're working on right there. That's all we're working on. So let's get with it. Our hands are down to our sides like normal. Then all of a sudden, we're going to cross. That's called the Houdini. X. Back to our regular stance. You can see the triangle. So that we go back down. So that's what we're working on. I want to get nice and close so that you can all see. Boom, 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 boom. That's the move. Just work on that. Because a lot of people, you need to understand, this isn't an MMA fight or a boxing match where we're going to get our hands up and it's all good. We might be regular all of a sudden. You know? You get what I'm saying? So all of a sudden we need to get back into from regular stance. We're just out with our family. Everything's neutral. Then all of a sudden things happen. So again, you're just going to come up to a 50-50 spot right here, Houdini. And you're going to X guard. And from here, you could push out. You know, high, mid, low. That might be a knife. It might be a knee. Boom, 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 boom. That's the next set of moves. So once we get this part down, once you get to the midpoint, you're going to roll. So good exercise. Roll this way. Roll that way. Forward, backwards. Forward, backwards, right? So we're going to come back. Boom, 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 boom. All these rollings. Roll, roll, roll. And now I'm in this stance, Philly shell, and I'm ready to go. Houdini, squared stance, switch stance. Philly shell with my other stance. And I'm ready to go for whatever comes next. Squared stance. You guys get that? How everything rolls off itself. So everything that you have is very simple. We're just coming up, boom, and then we're gonna remember roll, boom, elbow block right here. You know, cage. Many different 52 instructors call it something different. Double pyramid, cage. Oh, what a smooth white girl or white boy. A lot of different names for this maneuver. But when we come up and we got the skull and bones, this could be an attack, this could be a counter, this could be a block. A fist is coming forward, we need to block, come back and block, and we come back with an attack. So it's gonna be like boom, 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 boom. All these are attacks, attacks, attacks. Then all of a sudden we come back with a punch, boom, boom, boom. Windshield wipers, boom, windshield wipers, boom, block, attack, block. You guys get what I'm saying? So little by little you could add. You're just gonna stand up straight, come back up with it. From here, you could do this and go into it, right? This is 52 blocks, guys. It's a moving shield concept. So I'm only breaking it down step by step from stance, regular stance, to maneuvering. And if you could imagine, you know, Mike Tyson, but go back to my videos. We're not holding our hands here. We're gonna hold our hands here to block everything. Boom, boom, boom. All this is, you know what I'm saying? All this is power. We keep our hands here. And when we move here, instead of throwing a fist, we might throw an elbow. Then we might immediately block and throw another elbow. And then we might circle here. We might push off and go into the clinch, go into the clinch, go into the clinch, get the head, wait, because our hands are here. So we might go under and get the overhook, underhook, overhook, right? So for our MMA guys, for our people that want to work on clinching, we're here and we're in a perfect spot to clinch. Overhook. We're back here. Underhook. And get that head. Get the neck or whatever. Boom. So this works into clinching. All these moves works, you know, also works into clinching. So body lock, all these wrestling drills works in to the 52. A lot of people misunderstand 52 and they think that it's just a striking art, but it's just not true. It's just not true. It's the truest art form of pugilism. So not only is it going to have the purest strikes for bare knuckle, but it's going to have the purest defense. Elbow blocks and hand blocks and head movement. The purest form is not going to be watered down because of decades of gloved fighting when you have the Queensberry rules, excuse me. You know, that's the modernization of boxing. But when you go back into the history, you understand that there's a purer form of boxing, and it was more like bare knuckle MMA when people used to wear wooden clogs with spiked tips, and they used to kick each other in a manner that was more similar to like French kickboxing, and their no holds barred wrestling. If they agreed upon the rules, they had headbutts and headbutts to the chest and in the white cultures. This is how far back we're talking about, the 1800s. 52 blocks goes back to the days of pugilism. And back in the 1800s, racism was a thing. So in white cultures, they used to call it prize fighting. But in the black cultures, they used to call it knocking and kicking. Okay, so that was like if you want to do the historical research, these were the same styles, but there were it was can you imagine the huge difference? And one group of people was calling it prize fighting. And you could go back, the Queensberry rules and the before then there was like the Burrow rules, I forget the name, and before then was the early era of pugilism when people had to verbally agree on specific rules. There was punching, kicking, elbows, knees, groin kicks. There was what they used to call ground fighting was low fighting. So they used to call it high and low fighting. You get what I'm saying? So it was all forms of combat. Just people needed to verbally agree. This was before Queensberry rules of modern boxing. Like in throughout the decades, throughout the centuries, there were rules in place, and now we get what boxing is today. So when you go back into the history, you understand that boxing was an art form. So when you see 52 blocks and you're trying to understand, oh, why are all these blocks so intricate, is because we don't have gloves to protect ourselves. Our stance is such a stance because we're dealing with takedowns as much as kicks and punches. So our stance may not be a perfect boxing stance, but is more akin to what you would see in MMA. You know, Sean Strickland nowadays is making the Philly shell very popular. When 52 blocks guys, you could watch us. We were doing this for a long time. You know, even what's his name? Yoel Romero of 52 blocks, a Cuban guy, you know, well-known wrestler, well-known boxer, well-known MMA fighter, but he was a 52 guy. So you could see the stance. It wasn't perfectly bladed. It wasn't perfectly squared. It was kind of somewhere in the middle. The shin bone was perfectly at 12 o'clock. That was a stance that can deal with takedowns as well as punching and kicking. So when you talk about 52 blocks, is really the fullest art form of pugilism, the fullest art form of self-defense. When you look at the intricate elbow blocks and the intricate wrestling that is involved, and the kicking form that's involved, dealing with specifically wearing shoes, that really transforms and it leads well to self-defense. And that's really the standpoint that I'm looking at. I'm looking at modernized pugilism for self-defense and citizens nowadays. So that's the standpoint that I'm looking at it. That's the standpoint that everybody should look at it when you deal with 52 blocks and coming at it. And pretty soon I'm going to teach you how to punch bare knuckle. One of my next videos is how to do perfect punches bare knuckle, because there's a lot of videos nowadays where where people are trying to confuse hooks, vertical hooks with horizontal hooks, and a lot of people are making. You just got to understand how to turn and how, you know. So in the future, I'll get videos on how to do bare knuckle attacks so that you don't break your thumb and you make perfect contact. And there's a difference between close range hooks and then far range hooks that are more looping, and then close range hooks. And in 52 blocks, my system, we use far range hooks, and we just avoid the close range, and we just hit you with an elbow. Forget the close range hook when you could just hit an elbow. But far range hooks, we turn our knuckles to make full contact. A lot of confusion on how to make knuckle contact, bare knuckle in all forms of combat. I'll try to clear it up as best that I can in the future videos. So check that out in the future. And if you have any questions, like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below. But definitely check out my past videos if you have any other questions on how to do the stance, footwork, head movement, all of those things. Just look at my past videos. All right. Thank you very much. I've taken enough of your time. Peace.